¿verdad? Que es melón y es sandía. Y pues todos los que estamos aquí dependemos del fil, ¿verdad? De la agricultura y nuestras familias también dependen de ahí. Y
He comes from Mendota, California, works for Mr. Joel Del Bosque Farming, and he thinks that they're going to probably lay off some people this summer.
Pienso que nuestras familias tienen que tener una educación, ¿verdad? Para que tengan una escuela y tengan unos mejores trabajos, porque la mayoría que estamos aquí, pues trabajamos en el campo, pero las personas que estamos aquí queremos sacar a nuestras familias hacia adelante. Y por falta del agua, pensamos que no vamos a poder. Y pues les pidamos a ustedes de favor que si pueden hacer algo por nosotros, por todos los que estamos aquí, por todo el Valle de San Joaquín, sobre respecto al agua, hagan algo para que nuestras familias y otras familias saquen el provecho del agua para seguir trabajando y seguir adelante con nuestras familias y con nuestras casas, que si no hay suficiente agua, quizás las vamos a perder.
The majority of us here, like himself, like myself, are here because we work in agriculture, but we want our children to have a better life, a good education, and to do something other than agriculture. And it's not possible, it's not an option without ourselves being able to work without the water. We need help. The San Joaquin Valley needs help, needs water.
Y esta mañana llegamos aquí a Sacramento con la esperanza de que nos puedan ayudar, con la esperanza de que puedan hacer algo para seguir adelante cada año. Con respecto al agua, necesitamos el agua, cada familia, cada ranchero, cada contratista, que de allí es donde vivimos, del tomate, sandías, melones, cebolla, ajo, brócoli, coliflor, elotes. El Valle de San Joaquín es un valle grande, pero sin agua se pierden muchas cosechas para las personas.
He says that many different commodities are dependent on the water. Like you heard, you probably understood. He mentioned everything that I had mentioned earlier, the watermelons and cauliflower and everything in between. And that contractors, ranchers, families are dependent on water, the families who work in these farms. And without it, the San Joaquin Valley is huge and big and immense, but without water, it's really nothing.
Muchísimas gracias y muchas gracias por su atención. Gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Jennifer, I saw you come back in. Can I hold this for when we do the? Okay. Okay. Great. And I apologize for folks. I've been trying to alternate a bit with the folks on the bus and folks who got here first. At some point, we absolutely have to take a break for lunch. There were people who are anticipating to be starting now, two sets of players. We have the Friant panel, which needed to be done by 1:30. We have the growers panel. I'm looking towards you, Barry and Joel. Can you go at 1:30? Do you guys mind waiting? I mean, I would like everybody to hear your presentation, but I'm mindful of juggling. Other people wanted to go later. Does that work okay? But we still are going to have to somehow take a quick break for figuring it out. It may be 15 minutes at some point, so we're doing the best we can. Lucille Dimitrov. Okay. Juvenal Montemayor. Is that? No, he reused. There is. Followed by Lowell Ashbaugh from the Northern California Council of International Federation of Fly Fishers. No? Okay, I'll hold him. So, Mr. Ashbaugh, followed by Sean Gavet, I think it says. Gavet. Okay, Mr. Ashbaugh, you may be it for the moment.
There we go.
You need it on and you need
I've
to
got
kind
it on,
of
I
close to it, so pull it towards you.
How's that? Is that okay now? My name is Lowell Ashbaugh. I'm the Conservation Vice President of the Northern California Council of the International Federation of Fly Fishers, representing approximately 700 or so fly fishers in the North State and several thousand through the 40 or so clubs that we also represent. I'd like to first note that I support the Bay Institute's formal protest petition concerning the January 23rd TUCP and the February 3rd order. The populations of pelagic fish species and migratory species are in peril, and the likelihood of their survival would be greatly diminished by increased exports. Long-term water management has resulted in the lowest population recorded of Delta smelt and a nearly complete loss of 2014 Chinook salmon, as we heard earlier. The returns of steelhead on the American River are also at the lowest record ever. Mismanagement of water flows into and through the Delta and expanded exports in the face of low outflows and declining fish populations would carry a high risk of extinction of species that rely on adequate flows to the Delta. We've heard this earlier, and I just want to emphasize that that's extremely important. We've heard a lot of talk today about balance, and I know you have a terrible job trying to balance all the competing interests. D1641 contains provisions to balance needs in all water years. Your board has already approved a change in inflows and outflows in an attempt to balance future needs against present needs. In doing so, as Tom has noted earlier, you run the risk of further damaging endangered winter run 2014 Chinook salmon that are presently in the Delta. You're trying to do that to support the 2015 Chinook salmon. I hope that would be the case. It also runs the risk of increasing salinity in the Delta, which affects many species and people in the Delta. In exchange, we're told the water will be used for the 2015 salmon. I hope that will be the case. Historical water management doesn't give me a lot of trust that that will happen, but I hope that you've learned the lessons and that that will happen in the future. Your board has also attempted to maintain balance, and I thank you for it, by denying increased exports at these low outflows. And this is appropriate, as approving those exports would further tilt the balance toward decimation of fish populations and all the jobs and economic benefits that they provide. I urge you to maintain the D1641 provisions as much as possible. You've already approved an urgency request that weakens them. Please don't weaken them further by increasing exports at low flows. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We're not going to take a break till about 1:15, and we'll figure out what we do next. Thank you all very much for your presence, attention, etc. We'll be back shortly. 1:15. Yeah, your lunch break is 1:15. If you were a stenographer, I'd be different. I'm not entirely sure what to do. No. Well, everybody's the same way. I mean, just because they ask, then we should always deal with the bus loads. There's not a lot I can do. I just do the best I can. What? No, I can't. I cannot listen to people and reading them.
Actually, I bought my entire day just to here, right here.
Patricia, good to see you. Yes, yes, yeah, we've met. Yeah. Well, you've been here. Yeah. Are you senior, or are you senior, or you have groundwater, or? Because you were the first person to speak at the drought task force meeting. Yeah. The challenge, and the thing that's hard is, of course, my problem is I want everybody to understand everything, and part of it is well, and that's just a given, and I understand the pain they're under. It's all total legitimate pain, but you also then have the water right system and people who are able to make it work. Some people just have either creativity or resources or opportunity, but we just have a system that is impossible to explain to the average person. Yeah, well, that's how I would react too, I believe. You invented it?
No, yeah.
scheduled in. I'm trying. Well, it's just impossible to get the timing right because some people ask for a particular time, others don't, and then we didn't anticipate. So we'll get it right eventually. Yeah, right. Well, yeah, make sure somebody says that. Yeah. No, happy to. I'm glad you were here. Where, are you going to go to the thingy? The cafe? Oh, I didn't write in. I know I get the Starbucks thing, yeah. She is, yeah. I have nuts. Hey, how are you? No, don't go just for me. I might. Okay. Well, we're almost going to start again. It's kind of hard to eat here, but if you can get me the just the deviled eggs and the pork. They're just in the case, so it's fast. Thanks. Oh, sorry. Wait. I just have to write this. Sorry. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Quad short espresso macchiato, half decaf, half calf. With a little bit of half and half in it, if you don't mind. A quad espresso macchiato. So 4 shots, 2 leaded and 2 unleaded. Well, it just gives me that much volume. It's not that much. A little bit of half and half, just teeny bit. I'm doing the best I can now. Well, yeah, yesterday I needed it. How are you doing? 115 and 215 will be Brian and the growers. Yeah. And then the public, which starts with Steve. After that, Kedson. So it's going to be long. I mean, after that. Oh, yeah. How much did you need a break? Yeah, that's what I thought. I was fine. And my dad corn, we had our own problems over the years. Cut down on crops. Grain going to budget. And with it, I can I don't think so. Well, you tell me first. I'm 7. Not much. About the same age. She's a farmer. They have no water in their home. They have no water in their home. I have water. This is I tried it by trying to and we filled it up. I've only got 5 minutes of water. Our ag well weighs out last July. We bought at $1,200 square acre foot. Yeah. Wow. Do you know which part of South is that? Yes. Keep us home? Yeah. I'm just half a mile west. Well, you might, do you know Ed McCaskill? No. He's right by the airport. No. He's the one that was saying he was going to have to cut his Quincy's down. He doesn't leave you leave the property. No, my grandchildren tell me I'm a troublemaker. Well, those are the kind that should get out once in a while. Like a frisky horse. Oh, I know it. This is happening. Uh, we'll be starting up in just a few moments as soon as we get the clerk back. We'll be starting up in just a moment with the Friant panel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for accommodating our bouncing around. People have had various requests and time constraints, and it's virtually impossible to make them all work. So thank you all. So this is the Frying Panel. Hello. And you've asked for 30 minutes, and I know you have a hearing to get to over in the Capitol. So should we just set it for 30 minutes, and then they'll use their time amongst themselves, organize themselves. So I thank you for coming. Thank you for waiting, and we'll leave it to you to organize yourselves, however you want to do it. Do we have, yeah. And if somebody can give, I have some cards, and some of them may be in here, but just at some point before you leave, give the clerk all your.
Because they're on a panel, I don't have.
You don't have to have cards? Okay.
As long as they speak their name.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Hi, I'm Donna Johnson, and I'm from Porterville, California. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of our newscasts of what's going on with this,
And
so
we've been there.
don't have to.
Yeah, try to get close to the
Oh,
microphone.
Can you hear me now? Hi, I'm Donna Johnson, and I'm from Porterville, California. And when my husband and our well went out, I found out that there were many people in Porterville that their wells were out. At that time, we didn't know what a disaster it was. So I went house to house until I found out how many people were out of water. And many people were afraid to talk and scared and shy, but now we've gotten a lot of help from the county, and we're really grateful for that, but the running water would be really a nice thing to have, since at least 450 in East Porterville have no running water at all. We are either surviving on tanks or other situations. There's a lot of older people in our community that do not have the money to build wells or the supplies, that are 90 but perfectly capable of living in their homes. I hate to see any of these people be red tagged or live elsewhere than where they live, because they're happy and they're wonderful people. I've grown to love them all. I just wanted to say briefly that the people who have come with me are suffering from different situations at home. I wanted to depict a couple of situations like I heard previously. Like recently I went back to a house and I opened this door and this lady was crying. Tears were streaming down her face. And she'd worked all day in the fields, and they did not have a low flush toilet, and she was struggling with 10 gallons of water, 2 10-gallon buckets of water, trying to get the toilet flushed, and I could see the frustration over her face after they'd been going through all of this. I seen, in fact, Yolanda, that's going to speak in a moment. Her little daughter is 5 years old, and the children that suffer in this drought, it's just awful. My friend came and we offered him water with 24 packs. This was in the beginning, and this little 5-year-old girl grabbed that pack with her arms with all her heart. And my friend held on to it because she was afraid it would hurt her. She was so tiny, and she says, "No, water." And I've had many of the children approach to help their parents because they're too shy to ask. They'd go ahead and suffer silently. And I'm going to turn this over. This is Danica, and she's being a little shy today to talk, but she went through some things where it was hard for her because she didn't want her friends to know she was out of water, and she'd like to say something to you. She was very self-conscious because she was out of water, and it's been very hard for her and her mother because in the beginning some of the schools let them shower early in the morning. Very hard to get up and shower with cold water. Have you ever tried to take eggs off the floor if you have a tile floor with cold water or any water at all? It's amazing. You have no idea what a lot of these people have gone through. And it's so dry there. Actually, when we got about 10 miles from Sacramento, I couldn't imagine how moist it smelled here. It even smells different. It was moist and wet. My nose cleared up. Oh, my God, I don't want to go back. No, but Danica is just a really nice kid, and a lot of the kids here are suffering, too. And I'll turn it over to Angelica.
And Danica, thank you just for being here.
Good afternoon. My name is Angelica.
Thank you.
One of the, is it on? Okay. I just want to share a little bit of,
Yeah, it needs to be on, and we pull it closer to you, and then you don't have to lean.
okay. Once again, my name is Angelica. I live in the Porterville, California, on the east side, Porterville. And it's been a year that my well went dry. I'm sorry. It is being hard. I mean, I'm a full-time working mother, and I just want to say how hard it is to haul water from the fire station And just carrying those 55 barrel gallons to Hollow and to bring them down for unable for my girls to shower or to go to the bathroom. It's hard. I mean, because one day my girls, they came from school that they didn't want to go to school no more because they were asking them, oh, I heard that you guys don't have any water. How do you guys shower? How do you guys go to the bathroom? And one day I had tons of laundry. And that morning I had to send them with the same clothes. And they were bullying her. And I told them, you know what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. We're going to have to figure it out a way. I promise that everything's going to be fine. It's hard. I mean, we are the people. We are the boys. I mean, if there's no water, there's no jobs. If there's no jobs, there's no crops. If you guys have a fruit on your table, it's because one of the workers up there is picking them, you know, for enable you guys to have a fruit on your table. And we need your help. When we were driving, I always have to carry my inhaler with me because I got real sick from asthma because of the allergies, the dry, and I was sharing Donna, hey, don't you feel the climate, that the air is more fresher, the moist and everything? That was kind of weird because I hadn't took my inhaler. I go, wow, there's a difference. And I just want to, we need you guys. We need your help for acting, not only for us, for my home, but for the community out there too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Yolanda, and I work for Proteus, and it's a nonprofit organization. We assist farm workers, and every day I see it because I go to work and I assist farm workers, and either because they lost their home or they're behind on their bills, or just for any assistance they may need. We have gotten some money, and the money is gone. I've been affected also. I've been out of water for 8 months, and my son has a chronic disease. He has cystic fibrosis, so I'm sorry, it just makes it harder to, every day it's harder. He has to have, I'm sorry, he has to have treatments every day. Everything has to be sterilized. So it just makes it harder to try to keep him healthy. But I haven't lost hope, and that's why we're here, because we haven't lost hope, and we thank you for everything you've done, and I know you will continue to assist in this matter. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much.
Bueno, mi nombre es Norberto,
My name is Norberto.
vivo en Porterville,
I live in Porterville,
para el lado del East,
on the east side of Porterville.
donde no hay una necesidad,
There's a lot of necessity up there.
sino es un caos.
It's a cause over there.
Lo digo yo así,
I'm saying it that way
porque todo ese barrio para esa área.
Is all that area up there in the east of Porterville.
Hay dos o tres o cuatro pozos que todavía tienen agua,
There's a couple of wells still, like
pero
the 3 to 4 wells that they still have water,
que tiene casi todos los demás están secos.
but the rest of the wells are completely dry.
Y es mi pozo, se secó desde mayo.
And my well one dry since May.
Desde ese mes hasta hoy
Since that day until now,
tuve un problema bastante grande
I had a big problem
y una gran necesidad.
and a big need.
Y antes no había, cuando comenzó todo, no había ayudas de agua cerca.
When everybody started, there was no help.
Desde Porterville llegué hasta Tipton,
From all the way to Porterville, all the way to Tipton,
a Lindsay,
to Lindsay,
hasta Tulare,
and to Larry,
con amistades mías.
with my friends and my family, part of the family,
O a la iglesia donde yo acudo,
on the church where I was
Mi-
assisting.
mi pastor me daba agua.
My pastor was giving me water,
Y allí en Porterville, al ver la necesidad,
and just to see the needs in Porterville,
que nadie quería dar agua.
nobody wanted to give me water.
Un día pasó un ángel allí por mi casa
One day, an angel arrived at my home.
y miró mi grande necesidad
This angel seen my big need,
y me dio su mano.
and she gave him her hand.
Ese ángel es Dana.
And that angel is Donna.
Es una persona muy buena que hace por todos.
She's a wonderful lady, and that she has a big heart for everybody.
Ella no distingue raza ni color.
She doesn't distinguish race or ethnicity or any
Or color.
color.
Y miró la necesidad en mí
And she seen the need that was there, and she was there to assist.
y fue la primera persona que me empezó a ayudar, me dijo cómo lo hiciera
And she was the first person to guide me to get assistance where I needed it.
y me regalaron un tanque de 250 galones de agua.
She was able to get him a 250-gallon.
Cuando
tank.
comenzó la ayuda, pues que después ustedes, o no sé quién sería, pero empezaron a ayudar a regalarnos agua.
And then there was help after that. But she was the first one that came and assisted us.
Ahora también me regalaron una pompa porque la de mi pozo se quebró
And he also got assistance with a pump.
y es con
So
la que entro entrar al agua a mi casa
So he's able to get water with that pump.
y así ya no batallo como antes que a cubetas
before
para
it
lavar
was-
trastes y para el baño.
So before it was they had to use buckets.
No,
Y él ahora ayuda. I'm sorry, I'm saying Spanish. And now he's assisting and delivering water. So he's volunteering.
ahorita tengo un tanque de 250 galones y tengo la pompa que entra el agua a mi casa, pero me hace falta agua porque en mi casa son